Hey, it's me, your boy Jay, coming to you from Freedom Train. Here we are. I know it's been a while since we've come, but I've been doing some really big things here recently. We're really getting ready to launch our new infinite bank. So we're really excited about that. We've been doing some things around here to get our financial house in order. We're about to start investing in some MLPs, and if you don't know what that is, then you might want to stay tuned because we're going to have a whole segment on that. But we've been trying to work on trying to get this video down to a science, and we wanted to start to bring you the best video content that we could. And so we've been working on getting better at it. So that's why you haven't seen much of us here lately. All right, let's get to it. What we want to talk about today is something that is extremely important if you want to become wealthy. And that is reading. I just had a conversation with a very important young man in my life, and I was trying to explain to him that back in the days of slavery, it was illegal to teach a black person how to read, and the punishment if you were caught teaching a black person to read was death. Now, that's kind of a head scratcher. I mean, it's that serious to teach a black person to read that if you do this, we kill you. So, since it's not illegal anymore to teach you to read, and most of you have been taught how to read, but yet you still don't read. Why is that? I mean, it was important enough for them to keep you from reading that if someone taught you how to read, they killed them. But yet you're not reading. Why is that? Every single house, if you go and do a search, just do this for yourself. Go do a search and go on realtor.com or go on Zillow or any one of those places where they have new homes, and go look at the houses that cost over $1 million. Anything that costs more than $1 million. Because you know that if somebody has a house and it's worth $1 million, then essentially that is a wealthy person. And if you look at these houses, one of the things that you're going to find that they all have in common is that they all have one of those. A bookcase built in to the house. I don't care whether it's in the bedroom or whether it's in the office, the study. Some of them even have their own libraries in the house. Why is that? And the reason that is because wealthy people know the importance of reading. They know that there's a wealth of knowledge that's out there that you can learn how to do anything. And that's one of the greatest gifts that I was ever given by my Uncle Jack, is he told me, he said, "Can you read?" And I said, "Yeah, I can read." And he said, "But when you read, do you understand what it is that you're reading?" And I said, "Sure, I do." I mean, what kind of a question is that? I thought that was a ludicrous question. I didn't know that people read things and didn't have any understanding for it. So I just found that to be a ludicrous question to ask. But he said, "Well, that's good, because now, since you can read, you can learn how to do anything." So, if in your life you're having financial hardship, read a book. It's really that simple. Go find a book that teaches you about money. Shaquille O'Neal started with the book Investing for Dummies. And now, this dude owns multi streams of income. Restaurants, multiple restaurants, J.C. Penney's, and he is very well diversified as far as I can tell from the outside. I haven't seen his whole portfolio, but from what I can see, he looks pretty diversified to me. Because in reading, you start to learn the language of whatever it is, that thing that you're reading about. So if it's relationships that you need to know about, there's only probably a couple 100,000 books about it. So if something's wrong with yours, you might want to ask yourself, why is that? If you're not the healthiest person that there is, and you know you're not, whether you are or you're not, why is that? Because there's a book about it. I don't care what it is that you're going through, there's a book about it. Go read it. Go find it. Somebody somewhere went through whatever it is that you're going through, and they made it through. And they made it through in an extraordinary way. And they wrote it down. It's up to you to go find it and read it. And you have that opportunity because there are libraries everywhere in the country. And they're free. And most of you have access to this thing called the World Wide Web. And guess what? It's free too. Now, granted, that World Wide Web is a tricky, funny beast. And so you have to be extreme caution. Because there's so much knowledge. And knowledge can be two things. It can cut to help you and cut to hurt you. So you have to be careful what it is that you're getting out there when you're on that internet. And how do you know? Well, as one of the people it is that I like to study exclusively says, success leaves clues. So if you want to know how to build a house, then guess what you might want to do? You might want to find somebody that's already built a house. I don't need to talk to the guy that's never built a house and is just theorizing because he watched and saw somebody else build a house. Yeah, because no, you really don't know what it takes to build a house. You think you do, but you don't. You haven't been able to prove it. So I need to see some proof. I need to see this house that you built in order for me to believe that the knowledge and the information that you're giving me is true. But once I can see that and I know that, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about, then all it takes for me to do is to follow the steps that you've already laid out. And I can avoid the pitfalls. Because, see, there's a pitfall out there waiting at every opportunity. And for most of us, we just go through life trying to hit or miss. And then we get these pitfalls and we fall down and we get back up and then we try again. And we wonder, what in the world is going on? How come I can't find success? Because you're going about it the wrong way. You can't guess on how to build a house. Because when you do, and your house falls in, you can't blame anyone but yourself because you didn't take the time to find out from the people that know how to do it. And that goes for everything. I don't care whether it's finances and money, and you want to be able to have your money work to make you money so that you don't have to work. There's a million books out there that are written, and every one of them starts out with the saying, if you do what I'm telling you to do, then you will get to the point that I'm trying to get you to. So, if you do what the book says do, and not just try to make it up your own way, oh, the book said this, but I think it's a little bit better and easier for me to do it this way. No, 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 no. You got to do what the book says do. And then, if it's not right, you have recourse to come and say, well, wait a minute, mister. I did it exactly like you said do, and it didn't work. So what's wrong with this picture? But until you do, you can't say that. So go out. Get the books. Start reading. You know, they used to say on these commercials for one of the programs that I used to watch when I was a kid, reading is fundamental. And it is. It's fundamentally the thing that can help you obtain wealth. And when I say wealth, I mean that you want to have happiness in all different areas of your life, not just the money, because the money is important. But if you have all the money in the world and you are so sick that the doctor says you're going to die in the next 7 days, then you'd be willing to give up all that money to get more time. So health is important too. So we want to not only build up our finances, we want to build up our health. And what good is it if you're healthy and rich and you are in a relationship where you can't stand the person that you're with? That's no good either. And so you want to have good, healthy relationships that are fulfilling and meaningful and add potential to your life, because that's what a great relationship can do. Gives you somebody else to enjoy those great things that you have coming in your life. And you want to know how to do that, how to nourish that, and how to build it up and make it as strong as possible. And this is the things that, wealthy people do. Why? Because they have the time to do it. And so you want to have the time. And so in order to do that, you're going to have to get focused. And get focused on reading. Not just reading, but learning in general. Watch how many books should you read? As many as it takes. If somebody told me that I could get rich, I just had to read. And they said, and I said, how many books does it take to read? And the answer is, does it matter? Oh, it really doesn't matter, does it? If I got to read 2 books or 100 books. If the end is what you promise and I can get there by doing that, then it's worth it. The only thing I can tell you is, if you don't read any books, I can guarantee you where you'll be in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. You'll be exactly where you are now, getting the same results that you've been getting, because the definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again and expecting a different result. So if you want to get some different results, then you've got to do something different. And it all starts with reading. So along those lines, there's a couple great books that are going to be linked down below. So please, please, please check them out. The 2 books that I'm thinking are going to be Tony Robbins' Unshakable, which is a book about finances. And everyone should make this book a part of your library. And The other book is um, The Power of Focus by Jack Canfield. Another one of my favorites. That guy really, really knows about personal development. And this one is called The Power of Focus. So check out those two books in the links below. Click on them and go buy them and add them to your library. They are important things for you to do. And thank you for checking us out here on Freedom Train. We're really glad that you have us. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, down there. Hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell, that notification, so that when the newest video comes out, you'll know, it'll give you a notification, and so you'll be watching and seeing that the new things are out. We're going to be talking about the infinite banking and the MLPs, and we've got quite a few things in store for you here in the future, and I think you're going to get a lot out of this, and we're going to hopefully change some lives. Hopefully you'll be one of them. So thanks for checking us out here at Freedom Train. You know what to do. Go join, get those books. Have a great day.